Hi, I'm Sandy Genovese, and we are talking today about appreciating our kids' teachers. This is a really fun and a simple thing that you can do that allows you to give a gift card. So in this case, it says, to the teacher and from the parents of the student. It's all attached to this belly band. So when I slide the belly band off, you notice that it's just a really shallow box. It's not that easy I haven't found many places that have these shallow boxes. You'd think for jewelry you'd have them, but I don't see them in the Container Stores and things. But we're going to see it's easy to make. Inside there is a gift card, and when I just tip this out, you can see on the back that we're going to use the notch tool that I've used before in order to hold the gift card. And if you don't have access to the notch tool, then you can use die cuts to hold this card in place for a special teacher and a special cup of coffee. Now, in order to start, we're going to need to create the box. So you need to start with some nice heavy cardstock, and the dimensions are 6 1/4 by 7 1/4. And then with your scoring tool, whatever's your favorite tool, you want to come in a 1/2 inch from an end, any end, and do your first score mark, and then turn and repeat it. So a 1/2 inch from every end, you're going to score. I've actually already scored this. I'm just going back in the same groove that I've already put. So you can see you're going to score a 1/2 inch from every side. Then with the scissors, it goes together a little better if you cut a couple of grooves out. So I'm going to come in, and on my score line, I'm going to cut and then cut out just a little notch. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this end, following the score line, and then just a little tiny triangle wedge that's cut out of there. And then on the flip, exactly the reverse side across from it, do the same thing. Cut on the score and cut out the little notch, and on this end, do the same thing. So you've just cut out. The notches are just going to make the box go together better, so you don't have paper overlapping the sides, which would make it hard to put the lid on. Once you've done this, you're going to do the same thing, just a hair bigger. Not very, a 32nd of an inch bigger is, or a 16th is bigger is all you need, because you want it to be a snug fit. The slightly bigger one will be the lid. And then what you want to do is just go along on your score lines and fold. So I'm going to fold, and then I'll open it back up and fold. I'll lay it down flat, makes it a little bit easier. Fold even those little corners, because those score lines go all the way to the edges. Fold. So when you fold it on all of the score lines, then to put the box together, you just need adhesive on the 4 tabs. And I like it if the tab is sort of hidden on the inside of the box, which means on the outside is where I need to put my adhesive. Now I'm using my favorite repositionable adhesive, but in all honesty, I just didn't think to bring it. For something like this that's going to get opened and closed a lot, it's probably best to use glue dots or something really extra strong. Then you're going to pull the corners together. Let me start with one that's closer that you can see. So here's an edge. I'm going to put the little tab on the inside and then bring this up and hold them together. Do the same thing on this edge. Bring the end in and stick those together, and then really give it some extra pressure. Do the same thing, the edge on this side. Bring the ends in. I realize I'm doing this so I can see, but probably you can't, sorry. And do the final edge. So if you've put a box together before, you know that it's good to maybe let that sit just a little bit. So I'm going to do the same thing. I've already folded, but I'm going to put my adhesive on the tabs for the other. I think this is the lid. I'm not sure. I'll be able to tell when I go to put it together. And bring the tabs once more around to the inside and push, bringing each of the tabs to the inside and push. And it's good to go back, really reinforce all of these folds too, so that it really is a nice box shape. So once you do this, you need to determine which is going to be the bottom and which is going to be the top. So the larger one will be the one that sits on top. I can see that this is the larger one. So I'm going to put the bottom out of the way and leave the top turned over, so I'll know that's when we put it together, that's going to be the lid. Now, for the gift card that goes inside, you need to cut your background yellow sheet of paper just a skosh smaller than the box dimensions, which were 6 1/4 by 7 1/4. So just a little bit smaller is what size your paper needs to be. I added some decoration, and if you haven't heard me say this before, I know you probably have heard it a million times, you're going to want more adhesive than I'm using. I'm just doing enough so that it will hold together long enough for me to show you how to build it. So I'm going to go ahead, and I can see that my paper isn't quite the same dimension, so I need to trim off the excess. And I'm going to add another little strip of decoration. And I know on the one, I'll show you my original as soon as I get this laid down. Cut off the excess. On mine, you can see that I even went back with a pencil eraser and a watermark ink pad and created polka dots on this element, which, how special is this, teacher? How much time do you have that you could spend on this? But it does add a nice little area of detail. The other thing that I did is I hand wrote with white, but I hand wrote the teacher appreciation with white after I have these other elements placed, because then I know exactly how much space I have for all that detail. So the next thing that I would do is take the card, the gift card, and position it where you want it to sit. So if I want it to sit, let's say roughly in this position, try to get it so that it's fairly straight, and then wherever you want those notches to be. So I'm going to mark roughly the bottom and the top of the card, and that tells me where the notches need to go. Now, if you haven't seen this notch tool, it is so cool. It's made by Basic Gray, and you can see they have 3 choices. I mean, they may have more. This is just what I have. They have what's like a smile slit, a V, and just a straight line. And I'm going to use the smile slit for this one. It holds this in place with a magnet, which is just really handy. So once it's in there, now the magnet holds it in, and you are going to need your cutting mat to sit underneath it. And if you think about it, the card is going to sit like this. So the notch needs to hang over on this edge, and it needs to hang over on this edge. So I'll do the top first, which hopefully you can really see. I'm going to tuck my notch tool right against my pencil line, and once I have it in place, I'm going to just start at one side and kind of rock it in a circle. And when I'm pretty sure I've gone all the way through the paper, I can see I have. If you flip it up, you can see it went through. So I have the notch on this end, and now I need to do the same thing on this end. So once again, so that it shows a little bit more, so you can see, lining this up with my pencil line, I'm going to place the notch tool in position and then just kind of rock it. And once I have those in place, then you can see how when you go back with your card, it's going to slide and hold the card nice and strongly. If these pencil lines might show, even though I'm going to add a little more decoration. So I think right now I'll go ahead and erase the pencil lines as well. Now, just to add more decoration, or if you don't have access to something like a notch tool, you can use die cuts. And what I did was I took and I used a heart, a Sizzix heart, and I think an Ellison apple in order to create this element. So this die cut is 2 hearts that are nested together, and I'm fastening together with tape. So my adhesive does not want to stick very well to that. So what I'm going to do is go back with double stick tape and use that as my adhesive for this particular project. And I'm going to place this so that the heart overlaps and covers the one section. And if you didn't have your notch tool, you would stick everything down except the part that you want to fasten the card under. And then I'm going to stick the apple on top, and just making sure that I don't stick, so I go over where the adhesive is just on the top section. I'm going to place it so it covers where the notch is. Just makes it a little prettier to look at. And when this is slid into place, whether you're using the notches or whether you're using the die cuts, or in my case you're using both, it's now going to just nest great when you put it inside the box. So it'll just sit right inside. Now, in order to close the box and, you know, sort of the final decoration, I created like a belly band. So what you want to do, we'll go ahead and put the gift card inside, and then put the lid on the box. And to hold it closed, I'm going to just create a belly band. And to do that, I have a strip of black paper, and I'm going to wrap it around. However, first, if you look at my finished one, you can see that my belly band had black and white stripes. I've done this before. It's an inexpensive way to add a little decoration to get that bold black and white stripe look. So I'm going to take just some correction tape, and if I start with roughly what I think will be the middle, and run this. I don't worry about my stripes being straight. I kind of like things better when they're not. You would keep going with as many stripes as you want, and I want to show you when you have something, see how it's kind of messy at the bottom? First of all, I'll cut off any that stick over the edge, but I also have things that I don't like. If you have an edge, I kind of like having this. I think that looks kind of neat, but this just looks like a mistake to me. So I'm going to go back with my white pen, and I'll fill in places that I think look like a messy mistake versus things that just look like a random wavy line. Once you have as many stripes as you want going all the way across, then you're going to use this to wrap around the box, and the box becomes your guide. So I'm going to place this so that I can fold. So my first 2 folds, well, I'll start at this end. You can see this end better. I'm going to place a fold there, but I want to make sure it's straight. So I use that as my guide, and then I come back, and where I can line up the edges, I do a nice strong crease. Now, in order to get the next fold, I do the same thing. I put it in position. I see where the next fold is going to go. I just finger crease it, and then I bring it back up and do the same thing. So I have my creasing on this side. I'm going to do the same thing as it wraps around the box on this side. I'm going to finger crease in the first position right here, and to make it straight I actually pull it off of the box, and then for my final fold I'm going to finger crease to get it straight. And my 12-inch paper that I started with doesn't have very much overlap, just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is put a little bit of adhesive, depending on, you know, the bottom of one or the top of the other. I'll just put it on this one right here, but it's going to be way on the edge. Wrap this around the box, and then find where the adhesive is, right there. So this is where it's going to overlap, right there, and then press. And this is going to give you a belly band that will allow you to slide so that it can slide on and off, and the gift can be opened and then put back together. Now for the decoration, you can see I just added a couple of other details. Here I added a deeper shade of gold onto the bottom, and if you look closely, you notice that I used a watermark ink pad in order to create this texture with just a stamp. And then I used a die cut, and I kind of ran out of space for what I wanted, especially if you wanted to say thank you or I'm looking forward to a good year or whatever. So I thought it might be handy to use a slightly larger die cut. So I've cut the red and the green, and then I've trimmed the stem portion off of the apple so I can layer it on top. I'll just add a little bit of adhesive. Remember, you would do more adhesive than this. So I'm going to just place the green right over the red. It's going to align perfectly. And to add a couple little details, I'm just going to take a marker and add a little bit here. And because I didn't have the white polka dotted, the green with white dots paper I wanted, you can go back and add those details as well, very simply. Once you place them all together, you can see how it's going to add this fun belly band to this great teacher appreciation gift card. You know, there's no better way to start the school year than with a simple note of appreciation along with a gift card for a really special teacher. Remember, I love hearing your comments. Be sure to share us with your scrapbooking friends. You could even like us on Facebook with a thumbs up. And don't forget to sign up for these free weekly videos. However, if you want access to hundreds of past episodes, or you want to be able to print an instruction sheet, then you might want to consider joining the Gold Club. Bye for now.